So this is a barn, actually, and this is basically a typical barn-like structure, kind of very typical for New England, vernacular style. I was an architecture student, so one of my theses when I was in college is analyzing modern architecture mixed with vernacular architecture. So this is kind of my little architecture project, which then spawned my painting. So we have a little barn door here, which actually is made of plastic, not wood, although it looks like wood. So it always works, and it's very weatherproof. And I'll bring you into my studio. And in my studio is one of my dogs, Zoe, a little girl who keeps me company when I'm painting. And Apollo, come here. Come here, boy. Come here. So this is the space. So this is sort of a big, I would say, kind of cathedral-like space, at least for me, where I've used a lot of wood to kind of give it a warm, kind of modernist feel. And it's actually different woods that have been bleached. There's ash on the wall and there's pine on the floor. And there's a lot of metallic accents. But yeah, this is a big kind of inspiration for me to have this sort of like space in the middle of the woods where I can just basically disconnect and no Wi-Fi and eat and sleep and throw myself into my work. So what I'm going to do now is probably make some coffee. Okay. And wake up. I just came out of a deep nap, which had nothing to do with art or anything so exciting. But yeah, so my kitchen, actually when I paint, it's actually now 5 in the afternoon. So usually I come in the morning, like at sunrise, and set up my canvases. But today, having just came back from vacation, we're kind of behind schedule. So today I'm actually just going to prepare a canvas for a painting tomorrow. And I'm working on a third series of paintings. I've done about 40. And on this third series, I've called The Current. And it's sort of a more expressive kind of phase in my painting where I'm trying to be a little more, I don't know, gestural and a little more intense and more conceptual than some of my earlier work. But I'll give you a little tour in a second. Now, so everything in my kitchen is metal and black, and people will probably characterize me as very obsessively consistent, which is probably reminiscent of my work, but you can judge. You can judge. Ugh. Oh my goodness. So yeah, in Martha's Vineyard, right now it's July, so the light is actually very influenced by this big forest outside. And it's actually less light. It's actually a more soft light in the summer than in the winter. So I think in terms of the influence on my paintings, it makes my paintings a little softer.
Is there a season you're working well?
Well, I'm kind of at a point where I'm working consistently by season, but I work in spurts. So I'm kind of working like 2 to 3 days in a row on a painting, and then I kind of wipe myself out, and then I like take a break, and then I go back. But I'm doing about probably a painting a month. So it's actually maybe slow by some people's standards.
What do they know?
I know, what do they know? It's so exhausting to do all this shit. My God. Yeah, I mean, I'm exhausted. I wake up in the morning, I'm all happy. By 3 o'clock, I'm like taking a nap. And then when the painting's sort of finished and like night comes, I go back to my main house, but I rarely paint at night. I find actually painting at night is kind of sad and depressing, and I actually like painting when there's ever sunlight. So I'm kind of a daytime painter.
Makes sense.
And you know, it's like the French, they have frosted glass over their kitchen doors. Their kitchens are really small. They make amazing food because their theory is if you see the food being made and you're participating in the creation of the food, actually when you eat it, it's kind of not very appetizing. So you knew that everything went into it, but it's much better when it's presented to you. So hopefully this video will give you. Yeah, for 23 years. I lived in Paris. It was a big part of my life. I just moved back to the US. I've always admired the French sense of craftsmanship. But yeah, the point is like I think if you see all the crap I'm about to do, you're gonna go, oh my God, it looks ridiculous. But hopefully the final product, one day when you see it, you'll say, oh my God, that's amazing.
Good.
Yeah, so this is a very small table. In here is a closet full of canvases. So I work with square canvases. I am a victim of repetition. Therefore, people would say I'm obsessed, which is true. But this is a 2.5 by 2.5 canvas. I moved to different backs. This is actually a stronger back, which is easier to carry the painting. And so basically, yeah, so I start with a square canvas. So don't be totally impressed because I've thought about the painting I'm about to start. And this painting probably will be this asphalt summer idea. So I'm working on this idea of asphalt, and I have this idea of lots of black, agitated black strokes on a raw canvas. I think this is one of the paintings, actually I wanted the canvas to come through the back, which I've never done, so it looks very applied, like it looks like there's canvas and a lot of black shit that was thrown on it with specks of yellow to kind of make references to sunlight and heat. So it should look the most raw. And actually, this is probably easier to mix because it's mostly black. So